Okay. Hello, dear friends. Good evening. Such a beautiful, beautiful evening. Oh, it's so very hot. Look at my face. Look at my face after the whole day traveling, walking around, and my face is still so moist. It's because this city is called Cordoba, and it is said this is one of the hottest city in Spain. I'm not sure whether this is true or a legend, but I am just feeling it. Out of the car, you feel like open up the door of oven. The heat come right to your face. So we arrived in this hotel. It's called Paradores de Cordoba, I think, and and it's a kind of a chain hotel. It's a hotel chain. I feel started from 1928 and quite historical. It's usually use the old castles, Castile, and old castles to refurbish and reuse as a hotel. And we arrived late, around 11 o'clock, 10 something, so we eat at the hotel restaurant. And the first one came is a free goodie, is a free appetizer, and this is a gazpacho of melon, and I think there is some nutty feel in it. Maybe they put almond, grind almond. Here there are a lot of fruits, a lot of food item, and even the food sauce with almond. And as we drive by, we saw a lot of trees. We were guessing this must be almond, looks like. And it was really very delicious. It adds a special texture to the soup. That was gazpacho, and this one is berenjena. Is aubergine, chives, eggplant. And before we came here, my family has checked that aubergine eggplant is one of their famous dish, and we must try it. So we decide to try it. It does not disappoint. So definitely it does not disappoint. It's deep fried with a wrapping. I think they put some cornstarch or that kind of soft wrapping, and eggplant deep fried, and then a layer of honey and vinegar, balsamic vinegar reduction. It's a little bit sweet, a little bit salty, and just perfect, very pure. And when you eat it, it is crunchy and nothing overpowering. There is not. And another thing is, this restaurant, we didn't find this salt flake. Maybe because the region is different, the food is different. But this place, the whole meal, we didn't have those salt flake, which is just on point, is good also. So not too salty, not too too sweet. It's just a perfect balancing, and perfect balance, and the texture, the softness, tenderness, and the eggplant inside this the mouth texture is just right. Okay, the next one is salad, and this is grilled vegetable salad. The vegetable such as capsicum, such as courgette, maybe a little bit eggplant. Anyway, those vegetables, some of the vegetables cut into minestrone, cut into small dice, about 5 centimeter, about 5 centimeter, 5 centimeter, yes, about 5 centimeter size, 5 millimeter or centimeter, 1 centimeter, about 1 centimeter. Anyway, my little finger, my baby fingers, with that size little dice, and cut into these little dice, and grilled, and then marinated, and then cooled down in the refrigerator. So the vegetable is not too much seasoned. I do not feel there is too much herbs, oregano or thyme. No, I do not feel that those herbs taste. It's just pure goodness of vegetables, and vegetables grilled and then cooled down in its own juice, marinated in its own juice. You can imagine in those restaurants they have some containers to put the vegetable. You before you open up the restaurant, start to prepare the food, and this must be one of those prepared food in advance. Grilled, finished grilled, put some salt or maybe some pepper, and put in a box, and put aside. Whenever it's ready, present. Okay, so that's how the vegetable is preserved and prepared. It's absolutely pure, very pure. Something about the food in Spain is just very, very original. It's not like Japanese food that is very clean and everything is not integrated. You will feel the direct individual flavor of it. Or it's not like French food. You almost do not feel each individual food, and all the taste is mixed. I think Spanish food, at least this time, what we have eaten is like this. Everything is just in the middle. You can still feel the integrity of the vegetable itself, the texture of each individual composition, and the taste of each individual composition, and the flavor is definitely integrated into each other and merged or penetrate into each other. So just very good. So this is served very interesting. I think they have a mold. It's like the cake mold. On the bottom and on the leg, on the end is open, and you stuff in vegetables and then take the mold out so that there is a perfect shape. And this is not exactly circular shape. I think this is a square shape or rectangular shape. with the edge, not with the edge smoothened. So on the bottom is this vegetable, and on top there is fresh vegetable leaves, and it is baby arugula. The arugula at the baby stage, and it is smaller than the supermarket. Sometimes we go to Trader Joe, sometimes we go to Whole Food or Safeway, those packaged baby arugula, smaller than the baby arugula, than the market. And so it's a little bit amer, a little bit bitter, and with a relatively stronger taste. And it's just a perfect balancing. No extra salt. It's all the flavor comes from the vegetable itself, from the marinade of the vegetable itself. It's so refreshing. It's cool but not cold, and the temperature. One thing I love the food is the temperature. Cold food, cold salad, not cold, is cool, is just perfect. And your tongue does not need to be shocked with the coldness, and your tongue will not be and your tongue do feel a little bit temperature lower than your tongue, but not too low, and you do not feel lukewarm neither. It's just the temperature is it uplifted the food to a very pleasant level. Okay, so the next one is calamari. I think this is calamari sesh. It's sesh calamari and pure. I think it's calamari and grilled, because it's fresh. It's not frozen, so it's very tender, and the grill is just on point, very delicious. And under it is broad bean. And yesterday we have ordered something, this broad bean. I was thinking I want to eat some gigante big beans, and this one is not the same. This one is kind of alfalfa, not alfalfa. This kind is kind of these big beans, but on the baby stage. So it's not dried and then re-watered. No, it's the baby green baby bean, and there is less starch in it, more of the green tenderness of it. Anyway, I have hard time to explain it. It's a very pleasant dish also, and not too salty, not too sweet. It's just perfect. I don't think they even put any spice or things. You know, good food does not need spice. Good food, the taste of itself, the aroma of itself, the fragrance of itself is better than anything else. Or maybe they are doing it very artistically that I do not even feel. I do not feel any added flavor into it. It's just pure and clean, very pleasant. Okay, the next one is grilled vegetable. Every time when we order something, I always ask for a plate of grilled vegetable, They are more or less the same. They look more or less the same. That vegetable cut, very chunkily cut and grilled, and each time the flavor is a little bit different. I mean, the vegetable is always good, there is no doubt about it, but there is some difference from not so much from presentation, but the texture or the degree of grilling. And this one is just on point, not too much, not too less. So the vegetable you can still feel a little bit al dente, a little bit has its texture, but it's already not crunchy. Crunchy, the word crunchy is not used here. And the vegetable, you can still chew it, you can still bite into it. It's not melt in your mouth. And what else do I feel? Oh, the goodness of it. And you can taste the layer of the final grill on the vegetable. And this one, the onion is a little bit more grilled than in other restaurants, which is very pleasant. Onion, when you grill it, and when you make it, you cook it through, it's sweet and soft and tender. And when you cook it under fire, under the demand time, it becomes too strong. This one does not have that problem. This one is very well prepared, right to the point. And if there is anything make this special, is the sauce on the side. One bottle is olive oil with nuts. I think it's almond nuts and blended with salt, pepper, or some marinada, and then put in olive oil. It's a little bit like pesto sauce, but does not have that. Does not have the herbs on the side. Does not have what is that? 九层塔 basil leaf. Does not have basil leaf. Does not have basil taste. Does not have arugula rocket. Does not have it. It's just pure almond, and in olive oil juice. So it's just very pleasant by itself. I think it's malted, it's grinded with hand. Feels like there is a lot of flavor, more than just use machine to grind it. And another little sauce in that little mini jar is kind of a red sauce. Looks very much like hui. Hui is a little bit red, must be from grilled capsicum, a teeny tiny little bit of sourness. That can be from tomato, but I'm not sure. I do not feel this one has tomato. It feels like the red capsicum grilled and blended, and with some cream sauce, I feel, and maybe not cream, but there is something to make it the texture more rich. It may be just a special kind of cheese, homemade cheese, and cooked, and it's served cold at the side, and it's ambient room temperature. You do not feel it is lower than your tongue temperature too much. It's the right temperature. You can see that I pay a lot of attention, and I am sensitive to the temperature of the food. Tea, coffee need to be hot, and food need to be at the right temperature. Chinese food need to be hot, and the salad need to be cold, but not cold that it hurts your teeth. And this one is just right, and I enjoy it very much. Okay, now we come to the dessert. So here is the dessert, and it's so hot outside, so we ordered something with ice cream, and this one is not ice cream, it's a sorbet. This is called orange passion. So on the bottom is an orange cake. It's just like a madeleine, like pound cake, but soaked in orange juice or orange flavor. So it's relatively a heavy cake, relatively quite a solid cake. Heavy, this word heavy maybe is not the right word, but it's quite a solid cake. And the highlight of it is on top, the sorbet. The sorbet is the sorbet is fruit sorbet, and in this particular case is passion fruit sorbet. Orange passion fruit sorbet, and on the bottom there are some sauce, which is not the melting of the sorbet. It's a special dedicated sauce of it. It's a passion fruit sauce. You know, I sell those in my backyard. We have some passion fruit. I make passion fruit syrup. So this one is passion fruit, but made into a syrup, but a little bit foamed up. And I remember in Spain there is this molecule cooking. You spend a lot of money to buy just a foam, a bubble, something. But this one is already fluffy, so it's soft and tender with foam of passion fruit. Okay, the next one is a piece of a fruit cake with mango sorbet. The sorbet is mango, so mango has a very strong, unique, and aromatic flavor. So today, as we were eating, we were just saying the king and queen of fruit must be mango and passion fruit. They have so unique and so penetrating and powerful flavor. It just take over all the food. And this one on the side, on the left side, is, they call it cosine or something, and it's a gel-like fruit. It's actually like my lemon curd, but use jelly, use a kind of more transparent and more firm substance to make the shape better. So the cake, you can feel a little bit jelly-like, and all the flavor is contained. You know, when you drink something, when the food does not have a shape, the taste also is kind of loose. But when you make into a gel like a particular shape, like it lock the flavor all into your bite. And with mango on the side and the raspberry, a little dash of raspberry, it's heavenly. It's just perfect. So we end our meal with happy and with a lot of joy, and walk through the hotel passage. There are some local artists or specialty artists, which is quite interesting. This one is leather painting. So there are tools to show they use leather to do the incarving, to do the shape. And that artist does the painting, golden, silver. Wow, look at it. This is quite unimaginable. Wow. So good. And now I am sitting at this corner of the hotel and making my voice over. So you will hear the sound a little bit strange, don't you? Hello. Hello.